a cigarette, lovesick, I'm feeling it. You're not the one, but I still want you like the beat in my chest. Lovesick, I'm feeling it. I know you're not the one, but I still wanna light up. Breathe you like a cigarette, lovesick, I'm feeling it. You're not the one, but I still want you like the beat in my chest. Lovesick, I'm feeling it. I know you're not the one, but I still wanna light up.
Okay, welcome everybody to this session where you have joined in to hear more about the programs of business management and computer science from UCLL in Leuven. And as indicated in the title, it's a top 40 best student city for international students. So we're going to hear why that is the case in the next 45 minutes or so. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today, and we have a great lineup for you. A lot of speakers and students. They are all ready to tell you more about these two programs. And before we go over to them, however, I will briefly explain to you some of the interactive options that we have. So first of all, as I see already a lot of people do, you can tell us where you're logging in from in the chat. So that will be nice then just to see a little bit of the diverse countries that are joining. So please feel free to let us know. And I see we have Leuven already connected. That's great. Besides that, you can also write questions at any time. You can do that through the panel called questions at the right bottom. Please do that there because then we make sure it's all coordinated correctly. Thirdly, we have the option to answer polls. So I actually just opened the poll just to let know a bit more from you. So for example, now it's open, what is the most important to you in selecting a university program? And thanks to let us know. And throughout the session, I'll be opening up a couple of more polling questions. Last but not least, we do have also the option to give us some feedback in the terms of smileys. So we have a react button at the bottom. Exactly, that's the one. I can see that. So if you click on that, you can give us some feedback just to make it a bit more fun for the presenters to make it more interactive. And I should also remind you of that we have handouts available. So a lot of content is also available. If you click at the bottom on apps, there it opens up and there's handouts. You can download various brochures, links, and also videos throughout the session. So by all means, click on that, maybe later at the end, because we of course like to have your attention now for the presentation. And we will go over to the presenters of today. We will start with Nadia. And Nadia Tsukhanova, if I say that right, will introduce herself and then kick off with the presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Nadia. I'm Student Journey Officer and Recruiter at UCLL, and also I'm a former international student here in Leuven. So what we are going to talk today. So about studying in Belgium, what is Belgium as a study destination, about studying in Leuven, why Leuven is called True Student City. We are going to talk about admissions at UCLL and about our 3 super popular bachelor programs. And also you will have a chance to meet our current students and our alumnus, who will also tell you about their experiences and the place of UCLL in their life. And at the end of our webinar, we will have our Q&A session. We are super open to receive and to answer all your questions. Okay, let's start. So first of all, studying in Belgium. Once we are thinking about Belgium, we are probably thinking about cycling, about fries, about more than 1,000 kinds of beers that are brewed here in Belgium, about football, about waffles, and also something interesting about doves. As for the place of doves in the Belgian culture, I really recommend you to watch the film, which is called Flying Home, just to give some to get some flavor. But once we are talking about Belgium as a study destination, well, some highlights that you can currently see on the screen, and I'm also going to briefly explain them. So, Belgium, small country in the heart of Europe, 3 official languages, Dutch, French, and German. But don't be scared, because Belgium is super international, English is widely used, and yeah, wherever you are going to, everyone speaks English, in the shops, in the taxis, on the train. So it's really easy to communicate and to navigate around. As I already told, central location in Europe, which allows you to easily travel for work, for studying, for holidays. And also Belgium is famous for its education, which is quality, and at the same time, it's very affordable. Once we are talking about Leuven, yeah, my first sentence that I told to my family once I arrived to Leuven, it was that it's not a university that is in the city, my university, but this is the city inside the university, because there are so many things for international students that, yeah, it's really a true student city with, yeah, everything targeted and prepared for students that are coming here. Every year there are about I would say maybe 50 or 70,000 students in Leuven. Yeah, because it's not only UCLL that is located here, but also another big research university. That's why wherever you are going, yeah, Leuven is full of students. Almost half of the population of Leuven are students. So Leuven located in Flanders, which is a Dutch-speaking part of Belgium. But as I already told, don't worry, you don't have to be you don't have to speak like a local Dutch speaker. Starting from your first day, English is widely spoken, so you will easily navigate around. Leuven is located just 25 kilometers from Brussels, which is the city with a lot of international opportunities for work and, yeah, just to have a good time. Leuven is clean, is cozy, and it is safe. Also, as it was already said, it's one of the top student cities worldwide based on some rankings, and also voted European Capital of Innovation and European City of Sport. Once you come to Leuven to study one of the programs that we are talking about today, so your home campus will be Campus Proximus, which is located just in the neighborhoods of Leuven, maybe about 5 minutes by bus from the center of Leuven to the campus. So you will have your student bus pass just for €30 per year, and it will allow you to come to the campus not only in a quick way, but also in a very cheap way. Just imagine €30 per year, it's almost free. So just a little tip for you, if you would like to find housing in Leuven, it's not necessarily that you need to find it inside the ring, because as you see on one of the pictures, the yellow zone, it's the zone where your student bus pass will work. So anywhere within this yellow zone, it's okay if you have your house in here, because it's really close and you will have your bus to campus. So super important for non-European students is a visa question. So our advice would be apply for your student visa as soon as possible, because it can take up to several months to get it. What you should do, you need to find the closest Belgian embassy and to check what kind of documents you need to apply for your student visa type D. From UCLL, you would need your admissions letter, and as an option, you can also get a financial certificate from us as a proof of your financial solvency. It's called blocked account. So again, it's not obligation, it's more as an option. About other options on how to prove your financial solvency, you can find on our website. And also something important to know, you will get your admissions letter only after you pay the first year of your tuition fee, which is €5,800 for non-EU students. Okay, so for the housing, UCLL students use housing service of KU Leuven, which is our partner university. What you need to know is that COT is local name for a student room, and 20% of student housing in Leuven are for student residents, and 80% it's private market. Also, you see in the screen something which is called COT label. While you are walking around Leuven and you see this K signs, it means that this is trusted accommodation, and yeah, you can just go and rent it. So, but for the housing, I cordially invite you to follow our webinar about finding room in Leuven, which will be on February 19. You will find all the registration links in the handout section. Cost of living. So also a very important question, how much will it cost me to live in Leuven? So I would say from 800 to maybe 1,200 euro per month you should think about once you come to live in Leuven. Yeah, also a lot will depend on your lifestyle. So it's up to you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anne Michaud. I'm Senior Admissions Office at UCLL, and I will be talking about the application process. So I assume that some of you may have already started an application or even submitted an application. Then these things are just a reminder of what you need to do, or maybe you can still add some things to your application once you hear about all these tips that we'll be giving you. So first of all, we have an admissions page, and you will find the URL on the top left corner, or in the top left corner where you see the arrow. On this page, you will find short videos about the admissions process or applications process. You see step 1, step 2, step 3. So it's very easy for you to follow along. Now, the first step is, of course, you have to check application requirements. So it's useless to just start your application if you haven't looked at the application requirements. And that's particularly important for the language requirements. So find out if you have the right language certificate, and also if you have the right qualification to start our bachelor's programs. Okay, then on to step 2. Step 2 consists of a number of smaller steps. First of all, you need to log in to create a student account and to be able to actually start an application and submit it. Otherwise, we cannot process it. So we will process it, of course, when you submit your documents, because this is all online. When you submit your documents, we would need to check your qualifications, either your language test results or your degrees. You find the information under the item qualification check. For the Applied Computer Science program, we have an intake interview. So that means after you have been approved based on your degree and your language results, the next step for the Applied Computer Science program would be the intake interview. Now, this is not an exam, so don't be afraid. It's just a way for the study coaches to get to know you a little bit better before you come to campus. And then we also have the advanced tuition fee payment. So for all of the programs, for all of our bachelor's programs, we have an advanced tuition fee payment for the non-EU students. When all that's been completed, you will receive your admission letter. Now, in case you still have some questions, there are a number of ways where you can find information. Where can I check the application requirements? How do I submit the application? I totally forgot. Do I pay the application fee? Where are the tuition fee rates? How can I start applying for a visa? These are all legitimate questions, and I'm sure when you're new to higher education, it's all very overwhelming. First of all, you can go to our website and you can click on the search button and just put in tuition fee, and then you will be guided to the tuition fee page. Or if you say, okay, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for exactly, and you can have a look at our frequently asked questions page. If you don't find the answer, or if your question is very specific, you can always email us. And also very important, if you already started your application, you can chat with us in the application. You can use the contact button in your application, and you can chat with us there in the application itself. All right, that's all, but we welcome all your questions about the application process. So don't be shy and just post them in the questions area. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to receiving your applications.
So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome also to the International Business Management Program. So the first program which we will talk about a little bit. Yeah, looking for the presentation. Okay, so the International Business Management Program, we refer to it as the BBM program. So it's a track in Belgium program. My name is Dina de Kuiper. I'm coordinator of this program, but I'm also a lecturer at the program. So what is it about? In short, it's a hands-on program, as we call it, so practice-oriented, which means that you always put what you've learned into practice. There's always some group work or projects to explicitly try out the things that you have learned in theory. It's 3 years normally, if everything goes right, and it's fully in Leuven. So 3 years of study in Leuven, and it's also great to see that you would be in a class group, also like we see here, with a nice mixture of cultures, of nationalities. So people from all over the world would be in your class group. As you all know, Belgium and certainly Leuven is known for its high quality of higher education. Okay, I will talk a little bit about marketing so you can understand a little bit more when this program would be a match for you. So what is marketing about, or the marketing program about? It's about unleashing your creativity. So marketing is not about selling products. It's about creating experiences, telling stories. So if you like creativity and you like thinking out of the box, this could be a match for you. Furthermore, marketing is a crucial component in every business. Whether you're passionate about technology or fashion or another industry, doesn't really matter, because in every company they need a good marketeer. Especially nowadays in our digital age, businesses are really looking for people, young people who understand the online presence, the importance of influence, social media, and so on. So you will really work on in-demand skills nowadays. Yeah. Maybe some of you are dreaming of starting their own business someday. So this is good. You all also work on your entrepreneurship skills. As a marketeer, you always need to be on trend, always understanding the ever-changing consumer. So maybe that's your thing. Also nice to know is that you could have a global impact. You sometimes work on campaigns, on global campaigns for global companies, which is, of course, an attractive thing to do. And last but not least, you could be a force of a positive change. And brands nowadays, they have to focus also on social responsibility, sustainability. So you could also use your skills to meaningful causes and make a difference in the world. So this is in short what marketing is about. Actually, the essence of marketing is that we understand our consumers, fulfill their needs in the best way possible, so that they say, I really want it, or I really want you as a brand, and not your competitor. That's in really short the essence of marketing. A word on the courses. As you can see, 1/3 of the courses is more the broader framework, talking about more business, overall business courses like economics, management skills, but also you will have languages, law, ICT, and this is maybe more important to talk a little bit about. 2/3 of the courses are really focusing on marketing, going into depth, like you start with introduction to marketing, but you go into brand management, consumer behavior, web design, communication, innovation courses, visual storytelling, copywriting, brand identity, graphic design, digital marketing. So a lot of marketing courses. I see some comments. Don't worry, it's not all in the first year. It's spread over the 3 years. These are some examples of actual posts on LinkedIn of students of ours. As I said, it's a practice-oriented program. So we have project weeks. And at the end of the 3 years, you also end your career with us with an internship. So that's a final step before you move on to the next thing you want to do. And this could be either going into a career, start working, or continue studying. So both are possible. Some of the possible careers are marketing manager, brand manager, communication manager, so a lot of manager, but also consultants, or going into market research, or going into sales. So it's really broad. Yeah. Or on the other hand, you can continue studying. You can go for a master, either straight via some of our international partners, or via a bridging program. Mostly it's 1 year of a bridging program, and then you can start your master's in Belgium. And you can also stay with us at UCLL. We also have extra bachelor degrees, that's a 1 year program, for example, of advanced business management. And that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you. So I would say, look no further. A career in marketing could be your tickets to an exciting and dynamic future. But we have more to present to you today. So I will give the floor to my colleague to talk about the BME.
Hello all, my name is Jana. I'm coordinating the BME program, and I'm happy to share with you some insights on what the program consists of. And yeah, we also have a student present today who will tell you a bit more about the program. So let's have a look. BME stands for Business Management Across Europe. It's a business management and marketing program, so both topics are covered there. It will give you an immersion in a truly global experience. Why is that? Because it's a program that offers you the opportunity to study each of your bachelor years in a different country. So that's 3 countries in 3 years in 3 countries, and will give you, of course, 3 perspectives. Several academic perspectives, cultural perspectives as well. So that's what we aim for, that you start our program and have the best time of your life, and you go back with a backpack full of international experiences and memorable memories. So it's unique. It's a unique bachelor, 3 years, as I said, 180 ECTS, so that's 60 every year. And you can find us, yeah, we have our own website, but you can find us as well on the UCLL website. The links will be shared with you as well, and you can find them in the handout. So to give you a practical example, so first year, you can choose between four of our partner universities, of which UAB in Barcelona is an option. But if you say, no, I'm not really fond of the warm weather, I would like to go to a colder place, well, then you can go to Finland, to Helsinki, Laurea University of Applied Sciences, or to Budapest in Hungary. As of this year, there is a new partner in Medellin, Colombia, and that's the Universidad Pontificia de Bolivariana in Colombia, as such. So after the first year, you all come to Belgium. So all BME students will gather here at UCLL. And you'll get some of the best lecturers in marketing and management. After your second year, you have the option to choose one of our third year partners, which are Aachen in Germany, Coventry in the UK, and then London and Worcester in the UK as well, Rennes in France, and Dublin School of Business in Ireland. By participating in this program, we hope that you will become an agile and empathic young professional. Agile because you will get used to changing educational systems, into having administration to do for your studies to come here, and maybe for students who require a visa to apply for several visas. With this, you will obtain a double degree. And this is really interesting because when you end your studies of the BME program, you will get a double degree, and that is a degree of UCLL in management and marketing, and then actually the degree of your third year partner as well. We hope that you gain many interesting post-graduation opportunities by doing this BME program. We have a strong tie with all of our universities that we work with, so you have several options to continue studying there. And of course, as Dina, my colleague, explained, there are some options in Belgium as well if you want to continue studying for a master's or an extra bachelor degree. So this is a quote of one of our students, one of our alumni. I give you some seconds to read the quote. And then afterwards, you will get a real experience from Gabia, who is our current second year student. And yeah, who was happy to enthusiastically share her experiences with you. Even though she just has finished her exams. So before we go to the testimonies, I give the floor to my colleague Sebastian for our Applied Computer Science program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sebastian Bussau. I'm responsible for the computer science program at UCLL. And compared to the two previous degrees, which are more business focused, this one is more computer science focused, so information technology. But we're based on the same campus, and we also share a lot of the facilities. So we work closely together, and also our students get in touch with each other quite regularly. We're about the same size as our business colleagues. I'll get to some numbers in a moment, but computer science is, of course, very different than marketing or business. We look for real more analytical profiles that like problem solving, that might have some experience in computer science or might start from scratch. I think we can adjust to both profiles, but of course, a lot of our students are really passionate by computers, by IT, but to try to do our best also to start from scratch for those of you who want to develop it from day one. It's just like the business program, a 3-year program. But I think also very specific for our program is that the first year we have general foundations of the computer science field or information technology. And after in year 2, you can specialize more. Also very specific to Belgium is that the computer science job market is really booming. Like in many places in the world, there's a shortage of IT people, which is also why our program is getting more and more track. You see that we have about 100 starters in the English program in the first year, which is comparable by size to our business colleagues. But also, just like the business programs, we have a really diverse group, and that's, I think, something that puts UCLL apart from some other international schools. We have such a broad range of nationalities in our programs, and we're very proud of that. And we also try to keep it as mixed as possible, so African, Asian, European, American students all mixed in different classes. As I said, the first year we tried to start from the basics about databases, programming in Python, how does a computer work, but also the link to business. As you can see, it's quite a general first year that has all the foundations. But as of year 2 and 3, there is a lot of deepening possible, going from cybersecurity to AI, business IT, so programming. So you see a lot of electives. And I think something that you can benefit in our program is that we have such a big range of about 25 electives that are organized together for our Belgian and international students, but of course in English. That's something that also sets us apart, that you have so much possibilities to specialize. Another thing that you might find in our curriculum is that we have a lot of projects and workplace projects and internships. So we have quite a vibrant business community around the campus, and we work closely with them to get our students involved in real-life problems and cases, just like we do at UCLL and also in other programs. We also try to offer a lot of extracurricular possibilities, such as hackathons. We have a lot of social activities. You find some testimonials of students here, but I'm sure students that afterwards will get the word might give some more examples of that. But you can only study well if you feel good, and that's something that at UCLL we really think is important. After graduating, a lot of students continue studying towards a master track in one of our partner schools. Can be also with the 4th year at UCLL and afterwards external, but it can also be directly in one of the schools where you have continued master tracks. But of course, because of the job market today, the majority of our graduates, they go immediately into the job market. So we're quite proud that we also offer a career service where you get quite easily in touch with companies to get a job after our 3 years of study. So that brings me to the final practical link that we'll share with you of the different programs. But I think what we want to hear now is especially the words to some of our students. So first student I'll give you words to is, I'll start with one of our business students. I'll just close and see who is first from the BBM program. Lotte?
Hello. Hello, everyone. As said before, I'm Lotte. I'm a second-year student, International Business Management, the track in Belgium. I hope your search for a study is going rather smoothly. I will be talking a bit why I chose this degree and why I still don't regret my decision. So first of all, it's the fact that UCLL, as said before, is very practical. It's not just sitting behind your desk for 4 hours, taking notes and listening. It's something I can't do either. I think it's really important in something such as management and marketing to really practice your skills. It helps you remember the mistakes you can make, but also the things you learned, because on an exam, for example, you cannot imagine how many times I forgot something, thought of something we learned and how I practice it and then remember to structure. Then as a second thing, it's the international aspect. I think in my class, we have about 14 different nationalities. And then I'm just talking about my class, not even about different classes or the years above me. And I think it's really interesting because I'm Belgian, so it's really interesting to get integrated. And unlike what I felt before, it's very easy to talk to other students, or even your connection with lecturers is very close. But it's not only the students that are international. I think the school itself really gives you a lot of opportunities
to work internationally. For example, last year we had a project, it's called Project One, where we had to do research and to figure out whether a product from an Israeli company would sell in Belgium. And on that project, while we were working on for Israeli company, we were doing a jury in the Netherlands. And then I was working with people from Taiwan, Turkey, and from Brazil, which I thought was really amazing. I could have never imagined. I think also the school really made me discover my interests because as it is broad but at the same time narrow, it's easy to figure out where you're more interested in. For example, I realized that I would really love to work in something such as really marketing specific or even PR for a motorsport team, such as in Formula One, because those are things that are really interest me. And it's really competitive, but I think the school is really preparing me for this because I really get a lot of opportunities to go abroad, to meet people from different industries. But also, for example, in April, I will be going to Germany to work on a project for Mercedes. So it's just to say that even if you're more interested in the numbers, you will still get a lot of opportunities to explore your talents, or you might discover that you might be interested in numbers now, but might become someone who's interested in marketing. And I think that's something that I'm really grateful for in this degree and that I've learned. And then I would like to give the word to Gabia, and she's a BME student.
Hi, as Lotte already mentioned, I am Gabia. I come from Lithuania. I am a second year BME student. So I studied my first year in Finland, Helsinki, my second year in Belgium at UCLL. And for my third year, I chose Worcester University in UK. The only thing I could say about BME is that it's truly wonderful. You travel, you combine traveling and studying at the same time. And before BME, I've never expected myself to just travel and even plan on living or studying anywhere outside of my own country. But after joining BME at UCLL, I just truly found myself, and now I know that I want to travel. I want to live somewhere abroad. I want to learn new things because for my first year and second year, I made so many new memories, friends, and that they are truly friends for life. Also, BME truly brought my sense of cultural differences and everything together. It made me realize, because I've never studied anywhere else before, it made me realize of how many different cultures and different religions and such are there out. And also, I don't know, I just made so many new friends and so many valuable experiences. At Laurea in Finland, we also had a hackathon, which was for Nokia, a very big company. So that was a highlight in my future career that I could put on my CV and such. And yeah, I am passing the word to BCS student.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone, I'm Shay. I'm a BCS student. This is my first year. And the BCS program is designed to equip you with the skills to innovate, develop, optimize, and implement the solutions in the IT world or computer science and stuff like that. What UCLL is really good at is it focuses on hands-on experiences. So it's like, instead of you going through books of theory, it will be much more practical lessons. For example, few weeks ago, we had a whole week of a session in which we had to build a game, arcade game, and it was very fun. And it also made us realize how games are built in real life, how much effort it takes to build a game, let alone an arcade game. And after all that knowledge, they asked us to make a game in a group of 5 people. And it was very fun because we were coming every day just with in our mind to make a game. And it was like, we can have any concept, we can design anything, any genre. And I really like that about UCLL, that they give you those practical experiences, let alone the fact that it is in Leuven, which is also Europe's capital of innovation, if some of you don't know. Leuven is really diverse, really rich, and it has more than 200 student associations. And I'm also president of one student association here at UCLL, which is targeted towards international students like you guys that are going to come to UCLL to give them a richer student experience. And also Leuven is famous for, it's like partying, not necessarily partying, but it's like the beer and Stella Artois. And there are like 30 bars in the center of Leuven, which if you think about it, Leuven is very small, but they're still in the center. They're like around more than 30 bars in the center. So I think if you come to Leuven and come to UCLL, it's gonna be a holistic approach of your having a good college life. I mean, that's my experiences, and UCLL is delivering on it. So I will pass the word to Alessandro.
Thank you, Shay. I'm Alessandro Palmieri, and I'm a former Erasmus student of UCLL. At the moment, I work as a campaign manager in Amazon advertising in Barcelona. And I really think that UCLL played a major role in my career path, because as an Italian student, when I had to study at my university in Italy, I never had the opportunity to just practice what I was studying. I was studying a lot of theory, and as everybody mentioned before in the webinar, UCLL gave me the right mindset to just face all the challenges that I needed to, that I actually am doing right now, that I'm performing right now in my job in a practical way. So I had the chance to just confronted myself with a lot of international students, with also the professors that gave me a lot of tool and the right mindset, creative and professional mindset to just succeed in my corporate role. And as also she mentioned, I really think that Leuven played a major role also in my experience in general as an Erasmus student, because Leuven is the right city for its work-life balance. Because when I had the chance to finish an exam sooner, I just could go with my international friends around the city just for a beer to just share ideas, and this helped me a lot to just also not only define my career path but also to define my professional attitude and my personal attitude. I pass the word to Luke. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And I'm back again, since now this means we're going to the questions. So this is where the audience members can ask, well, write your questions, better said, in the panel called questions at the right bottom. I see a lot of students have already done that. So we will go over some of these questions as they might be important for you as well. So let's start off. Anthony asked, well, he's from Nigeria and his first language is English. Do I still need to take an English test? I think, Anne, you answered this, but just to make sure, can you let us know?
Yes, I did, and I also added the link of our application requirements. So it says that there are a number of countries or a number of degrees that were issued in native-speaking English countries where the language requirement is waived. Obviously, unfortunately for Nigeria, we still ask for a language test result. The same goes for all African countries, should there be any other students from African countries.
Okay, thank you. You'll find the link also in the chat. So I put it there as well, and I will actually put it on the screen later towards the end as well, just to make sure you have the application requirements clear. Next question from Tawan. I'd like to know if it would be possible to have the intake interview online for the computer science bachelor. And Anne, you answer that. Maybe you can let us know.
I'm sorry, Luke, because I was typing an answer to another question.
Okay.
So
it's about the intake on interview, if it can be taken online. And I think
yes, of course. Yes, all intake interviews are conducted online, because most of the students are in all over the world. So there's no other means. So yes.
Okay. Just to make sure that is clear for everyone. Kautar asked, well, and actually a couple of people asked about scholarships, just to have that question also verbally answered, so for everyone to know. Maybe you can answer that and clarify that.
Yes, exactly. We do not offer any scholarships. So you pay the regular tuition fee or the higher tuition fee if you're a non-EA student, but there are no scholarships available at the moment. Maybe in future, but that doesn't serve you now if you're coming next year. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Mohammed is asking, is the admissions process rolling or regular? And I think there are some dates that you mentioned.
Yes, exactly. So we open application at a certain time. It was in December, so last December. So the application process is ongoing at the moment. For students that require a study visa, we close applications on the 1st of April. And there is a 1-month grace period. For instance, if you have to wait for a language test result or something else, the grace period extends until the 1st of May. And then all other students who do not need a study visa, they can apply until 15th of August. And then we close off applications again. So we have 1 intake per academic year, and that's in September.
Okay. That clarified it for you. Thank you. And Sophia is asking, are there also internships for foreigners? I think Dina, you answered this, but just also to clarify that for everyone.
Yes, of course. As I mentioned there, so we have different types of internships, but every student goes for an internship in the second semester of the final year. It can be the more classic internship where you actually go as an employer to a company and learn some skills there. It can be a company in Belgium, but you can also go for international internships. So you can go in a company all over the world to do your internship. But we also have different types of internships. That's for the BBM program. I will pass the word to my colleague in a minute for computer science. We also have different types of internships. Like, for example, we have Studio 8. This means that your home base will be campus here in Leuven again, but you work out some campaigns, for example, for a real client. But you're not really working in this company, so you're not based there. So we have different options. Yeah, everything is possible. But maybe a word on how it is at computer sciences.
Yeah, thank you, Dina. I think generally the answer is the same. We have quite a broad range of international companies in Brussels, in Leuven, that are used to having international applicants. So they're also used to having international interns. So especially in our field, working language in most of our work placements is English anyway. Of course, the choice for students that don't speak Dutch is more limited than for students that do speak Dutch. And that's also a choice that we give to students to start learning Dutch, even if it's not part of the mandatory curriculum. Some of our students, for example, like Shay, that is taking some language classes, it can help to boost your career, but it's not a necessity, especially not when you work in the computer science field or also the international business field.
I can't hear you, Luke, but I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, I was actually on mute, so I made that mistake. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. So I was just saying a question from Dania. Is admission possible for citizens from Russia? And yeah, gladly you answered. That is not excluding any applicants, as education is a universal right.
That's right, Luke. I just want to add that because of the current situation in Ukraine and Russia right now, students from those countries or countries who are at war, they may have difficulties in transferring money, for instance, for tuition fee or blocked account. So they have to be aware of that. But we do not say, okay, you can't come, not at all. But you have to be aware that maybe financially it might be a bit more challenging.
Okay, thank you for that. Next question from Anthony. Are students assigned personal tutors to help them with the difficulties in their studies? And I think, Jana, you answered that. Can you maybe?
Yes, indeed. So for every student studying at UCLL, you will get assigned a personal study track coach. So that's actually someone who can sit next to you to decide on which topics that you can take. For example, if you're having some personal problems or having difficulties in settling in the Belgian educational system, this person will be there to help you figuring out everything. So yeah, you can rest assured that we're here to help you out. And I've shared a link as well where you can find more support that we offer. So not only the student or the study track coach, but we also have an offer of student psychologists, for example, who speak several languages, not only English, but also, for example, Russian, Spanish, and other languages. So UCLL is actually renowned for its really personal student coaching. So I invite all students to have a look at the shared link.
Thank you. So have a look at that. Also, again, in the handouts at the bottom where you see apps, there you can click on that and you will see handouts and you will find all the document with the links as well. So that's maybe good to download before you have to go. Also, it would be great, of course, still, I just want to mention answer the polls that we have submitted for feedback at the bottom. So in case you have to leave, then please do let us know your feedback. We'd like to hear from you. We're going to the last questions. Yasir is asking if you accept ECTS, so the credit points from other universities. And I think you mentioned something about that.
Yes, indeed, there was a similar question already further down in the questions area. Yes, it's kind of difficult to assess just like that. So what we do is we assess qualifications when you submit a complete application. So we probably do accept ECTS from Turkey. We would like to see the actual documents, the actual qualification or transcripts, because it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to assess just like that. Accept credit from online American University Online. Well, we do accept credits, or we consider transferring credits only from institutions that are recognized in the country where they are located. So you have to bear that in mind. We work with databases, global databases, where we can look up which universities are accredited and which are not, because of course you're probably aware of the fact that there are many diploma mills around the world, and so we'd rather not accept credits from those universities for obvious reasons.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that answer. I hope that clarifies that as well. There were actually two questions coming in around part-time jobs. So, first of all, Cassie was asking if UCLL offers any type of part-time work on campus, for example, to support their living. And also, Kautar added if there are any of the students here having part-time jobs.
Look, if you might, I might comment on that. So I think it's if of course students are free to do part-time jobs. Some of our students do, and some of them do successfully. Maybe afterwards I'll ask one of our present students if they can give some experience from their friends. It's not that as a school we offer standard possibilities to asking to support in teaching or in stuff like that. So it's always the students' own freedom to do work outside of school and within the Belgian legal system. It's possible. I do comment that, of course, we are full-time program with course activities taking place from Monday to Friday, full day, depending on the weekly schedule, but it's not possible to combine a day job with studying. What some students do successfully is work, for example, in weekend, some in the evening, which is more tough. And we also see that some students take on too ambitious jobs, which gives them a struggle in their study time. So I think it's something very personal, but I think if you come to us for full-time study, you should not depend on an income as a part-time student. Then we don't recommend that, because we know from experience that we have programs that ask a full-time commitment from you. So maybe if one of the students has some experience from working themselves or seeing them friends working, I see you nodding, Shay, if you have some experience with that.
Yes, as you said, Sebastian, it's like mostly you can work on the weekends. I do work on the weekends, but the thing is my job is very flexible. So if it's like, I know I have a lot of things to do, I will be like, oh, I'm not going to work this weekend. And the most I work is like 5 to 10 hours per week. And when there's like exams or something coming up, I don't work those weekends. But I don't think you can really work in the weekdays because, as Sebastian said, the school is, I mean, it's not demanding. It's like the number of ECTS hours, you know. So it's like if it's 60 ECTS, then you're supposed to work for that.
If I can add on to that, I think Jay is making very smart choices, because if you are a non-EA student and you're here on a study visa, you must always have a full study program. And also, when you want to renew your residence permit in Belgium for the second year and the year after, so it's renewable each year when you are here on a study visa, then the government or the immigration office will look what your study progress rate is. And so they have certain limits. Shay, I see Shay nodding because he's aware of that. But as you hear, he has made really smart choices, and that's something that all students should do when they are on a study visa here in Belgium. The main occupation would be studying or participating in classes and all that, making sure that you're able to graduate in the shortest possible time.
Because as Anne said, like they check, and it's like if you don't have passed enough subjects, they will not renew your visa. So then you will have to leave the country, unfortunately. So your priority should be passing the subjects and studying at UCLL.
Okay, thanks for that input. I think that's very useful. Hopefully we've got some thumbs up I saw, so I guess that is answering that question as well. Other questions? Well, we came in from about sports and also other events from a couple of students. I think Nadia, yes, it was you, I think, answering this. Maybe you want to mention that as well.
Yes, of course. So I posted the link into the chat box. So it's the offer. So UCLL has a sports center, but students can also use the facilities of KU Leuven, the big research university in Leuven. So it's a really huge sports center with a lot of different activities, football, tennis, dancing classes. So you please just follow the link, find the website, and you will see it's a lot of stuff here for the sports. And for the events, yeah, maybe also some our students can add, but yeah, just from me, a general remark: Leuven is a student city. Everything what is going on is about events for students. So you can find all types, like parties, I don't know, concerts, also student discount. You have a culture card, so you can attend different events and have student discounts. So everything which is going on in Leuven, it's about students. So you can definitely find any type of event you're interested in. So maybe our students can add on that, maybe some interesting examples.
Yes, I think, to be honest, I'm going to be biased. I am also a president of the student organization here at UCLL. So if you want events, we also do events. You can just become our members. But other than that, as Nadia said, there are 200 student organizations. There's always every day there's something happening in Leuven. So it's like, it will be a struggle for you to not to go to those events and study than finding events, I think. So yeah, I mean, you will not feel that like, oh, like you're in a city where nothing happens. It's not a dead city. There's things happening in Leuven, trust me.
Okay, I see a lot of reactions to that as well, and so I think that is a popular item probably as well for students. Anyone else wants to add something to that?
Something briefly I want to mention is that we partner with some of the local sports teams. For example, there's the local football, so soccer team, Leuven, who is playing in the National League in Belgium, which is the 7th ranked internationally after some of the major countries. So we have professional sports team where we have our students working on project with them, doing internships. So we also have sports management. So we have quite an extensive range of events and stuff to do for sports lovers in basketball or football or any other field.
Okay, great. Thanks. Good to hear. And I think that is summing it up pretty much for this session. I'm leaving a link on the screen. As I promised you, the application procedures, you can be found if you click on the link that popped up just now. I'm sorry, I might have blocked one of you, but this way, if you click on it, it opens up and you can browse through the requirements, how to apply, and I think it is pretty much all the procedures is provided there. So hope that is clear for everyone. And I don't see any further questions, unless there's still one in the chat. I don't think so. No. Not at this stage. So then we will slowly round off this session, and we're getting the thumbs up. So thank you everyone for joining, especially for the students, but also from my side, I would like to thank all the speakers, the staff from UCLL, and of course the students. Thank you very much for making your time available. I'm sure this was very useful for any potential students that are considering to study at UCLL. And with that, maybe the last words over to Nadia to round it off.
Yes, hello everyone one more time. Thanks a lot for joining. Thanks a lot for being with us during this hour. We hope that we answered all of your questions. If no, now you know where to find us. So Google UCLL, I want to study there. So yeah, again, to sum up what our students told already, it's an unforgettable experience. And if you remember, I also told at the very beginning of our session that I was also an international student in Leuven. So you can also trust my experience. Yeah, please come. We are looking forward to meeting you here in September and to help you on board to this exciting learning journey of your life. So it's not only about studying your career, but also about amazing student city, a lot of new friends, a lot of fun. So yeah, really looking forward to meeting you here in September. Good luck.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.